What's going on, guys? John Elder here from CourseTherapy.com, and in this episode, I want to talk about green screens. All right, welcome to the daily Udemy Income Report show where I talk about making money on Udemy, walk you through what's working for me, and show you how to do the same thing. My name is John Elder from CourseTherapy.com, and today is Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. And in today's episode, I want to talk about green screens. But before we get started, let's take a look at yesterday's numbers. All right, yesterday was the 9th. We had 13 courses sold. Not a particularly great day, but it came to $57.58, which is not too bad. $4.43 a course. Refunds stayed the same at $42.43. We had 4 reviews. We'll take a look at those in just a second. So month to date, we're at $684.74. 164 courses sold. 60 reviews. Promotional activity stayed the same, 5605. We haven't done any emails or anything. Those are just random promo codes that are floating around out there that people have grabbed and used. Perfectly fine. We like to see that. Total enrollments, 123,230, and my average rating bopped up 4.53. So taking a quick look at my profile page, udemy.com/user/John Elder 3, we see 50,264 students, 39 courses still, 2952 reviews. And of course, the big thing we always want to look at are these 2 badges. They're still just new. They're not hot and new. Giving up all hope that they'll turn to hot and new. I guess the JavaScript category is just too hard to crack. So that's all there is to it. Going to the second page, we see that possibly, the Django course is still highest rated. So, reload. And I'd love to see that. That's just been quite a ride. And one of these days, this badge is going to disappear. But until then, really enjoying this. So taking a very quick look at the reviews, only had 3 of them. Let's see, good teacher, excellent knowledge of the material, excellent diction. Okay, 5 stars, we'll take that. My diction is fantastic. I have great diction. 4.5 stars, 5 stars, and that's that. So in this video, I want to talk just a little bit about green screens. And this is sort of a technical thing. I'm not going to get into the technical aspect of this, but I just want to talk about it generally. So a lot of times instructors, especially new instructors, they want to start using a green screen right away. They think it's really cool. You can, get rid of the background. You can put all kinds of weird stuff behind you, and they just think, wow, that's the way to go. Problem is, especially if you're new, green screens are a little tricky. They're not obvious how to use them. It's not obvious what you need to do. And a lot of software that just has the green screen capability, you click a button and it does it, isn't very good. It doesn't do it very good. You get lots of weird pixelation around your head and your shoulders and stuff. If you don't set up the green screen correctly, it doesn't work at all, or it works very badly. Or you get it to work right, but then you put something stupid behind you, like, a mountain range or something, and you're obviously not standing in front of a mountain range, whatever. It's just easy to get carried away. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips if you just absolutely have to have a green screen. Now, the first tip I'm going to give you is don't. If you don't know how to do it, if you don't know what you're doing, don't. Just use, stand yourself in front of a blank wall or in your house, in your living room. Just have the background that's there. And, yeah, you don't get this cool, floating head effect, but overall, it will look better than crappy green screen not done right. Right? And most people starting out aren't going to do it right unless you really know what you're doing. So if you have to use it, the one tip that I'm absolutely, positively, 100% going to give you that's totally, completely necessary is you have to light it correctly. And most people, what they do, if they do any lighting at all, they just put lights on themselves, right? You see there's a shadow. I have lighting on me. I have 2 lights, one on the left, one on the right. They're both focused straight on me. And that's fine, but you also have to light the green screen separately. I have 2 lights behind me that you can't see that are just shot. They're just pointed directly onto the screen. They're not pointed at me at all. They're just, you can't even see, but just on the screen. And the reason why this is because the lighting evens out the green screen. So if you just have a green piece of cloth hanging there, it likely has wrinkles and waves and stuff in it, and those create shadows, And a shadow is a different color, a darker green versus a lighter green. And how green screens work is the editing software that you use just grabs the green color and removes it. But it only grabs one green color usually, right? More fancier software, more expensive software, you can designate different greens, but you're probably not going to use something like that. Premiere Pro from Adobe does that, but it costs, I don't even know, hundreds of dollars a year. I've got a copy, but if you're just starting out, likely you don't. Also, I don't use Premiere for editing. I use it for other things. That's besides the point. The point is you're likely going to be using something like Camtasia or OBS software like I'm using, open broadcast software. And with those, it just picks one green color, right? So if you pick one green color from your green screen, it'll remove all that color, but it won't remove the other greens from the shadow colors, darker greens, lighter greens, right? So to get it all one green color, you have to light it. And once it's lit, the light blasts out all the shadows and it all becomes one green that you can then filter out, right? So very, very important that you filter out or that you use lighting. Like I said, you want lights focused straight on the green screen and you want them focused where you're going to be around you the most, right? I have a green screen behind me that covers the entire wall. It's, I don't know, 15 by 20 or something feet. It's gigantic, right? Well, only this much of it is in the camera shot, right? So the lighting needs to focus right there on that part. So just keep that in mind. Now, like I said, you're also going to have to light yourself. So that can become tricky because if you're lighting yourself and if you're not doing that correctly, some of that light can spill over to the green screen and throw things off. So it's just a lot of tricky little technical things like that when you're starting out, you don't think about. Like, who knows you have to light a green screen separately? Like, nobody tells you that, right? So that's the main thing. The other thing is the software. You have to, really learn your software and learn how to use it correctly. Because even with good lighting, you're still going to get pixelation. You're still going to get color differences. If you're lighting yourself, it might be blasting you and you might look paler than you are. So you need to change the color of yourself in the settings of the software. It's just a huge, huge thing. And if you don't do it just right, you can look really, really stupid, really unprofessional. And that's why I just suggest if you're starting out, just shoot yourself next to a wall or just get yourself a curtain of some sort. It doesn't have to be a green curtain. You can go to Amazon and for 20 or 30 bucks, you can get just a white curtain, right? Put that behind you. That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly acceptable, and it will likely look much more professional than bad green screen, right? Now, I'm not saying never use green screen because there's obviously a time and a place for it if you can do it right, but in the meantime, just use a regular white curtain or some other color. If you like a black curtain, put a black curtain. If you like a blue, whatever, just a solid curtain on a tripod of some sort that you can also pick up from Amazon for 20, 30 bucks, 40, 50 bucks. So for less than $100, why not? If you're trying to make a living on this, that's the least you can do, right? So, so that's really all I have to say about green screen. Beware of the green screen. I know you want to do it. Everybody wants to do it. It's really cool. But if you don't do it right, it's going to do a lot more harm than good. So that's it for today's report. If you like this episode, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, and check out CourseTherapy.com for more tips, tricks, and online course awesomeness. My name is John Elder from CourseTherapy.com. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.